What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 2 of my 100-pound weight loss Q&A. Okay, there will definitely be a part 3. I'm trying my best to get through all of these questions, but again, I was so surprised by all the questions that you guys submitted. So make sure that you're subscribed. Go ahead right now, go down there and press subscribe and turn on the notifications. That's a little bell and it will let you know whenever I upload a new video so that you can be the first to know when part 3 is ready. Let's get started. Okay, so all of these questions are still coming from the original Instagram post. I have not gotten around to Facebook, questions that were asked on Snapchat, Twitter, stuff like that. So we're focusing on Instagram right now. First question is from Stacy O456. And she says, what do you do when your partner isn't in tune with you for a healthy lifestyle? A lot of people ask questions like this. They asked about, what do you do when your family is like, you know, eating unhealthy and all these types of things and you're trying to eat well, or your partner or somebody that you're living with or your roommate or whatever. And the answer is just to not rely on that person, guys. You cannot make somebody be in tune with your lifestyle just because you're making that lifestyle change. And you have to understand that if you have any type of relationship with this person, you probably started off and have been you know, living for however long at this rate with them, eating whatever, going out to eat, doing these different things. And so to just try to abruptly make that change is not something that they're just going to take to, or not something that most people would take to. For those of you who are like preparing meals or have to prepare meals for your family, I would say, first of all, why are you making them unhealthy food as well, right? So you should be making them healthy food as well. But I do understand, you know, people who have kids and things like that. What I generally will do if I ever had to prepare food for my family and I was eating something totally different, then I would just prepare my food in a meal prep form and have my food already ready to go, and then prepare food for my family separately. So yeah, and I ain't got no kids, so I feel like I had to clear that up because I was like, my family, I mean like my mom, my brother, stuff like that, whenever I'm in town visiting them or something like that. Not okay. We good? All right, next question is from S1MNI City. I feel so silly because I feel like this is supposed to make sense, but it doesn't. Okay, but that is on Instagram, and she says, what mental or physical tools did you use to stay consistent? Physical tools that I use, I have an app on my phone, MyFitnessPal. I'm sure that you all are familiar with it. I use that to track my food. That definitely helped me to stay on track. As far as like my workouts, I initially started with running, and I used the Couch to 5K app by Active. Mental tools, I focused on this in the previous video, but I definitely prayed, meditated, gave myself positive reinforcement and things like that. I used of course, my little necklaces. I'll leave the links below for these, but they say I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So I use things like that. I had constant reminders around me to keep me focused. All right, Z and Go Benny asked, the last pounds are usually the hardest to lose. How did you conquer the last 30 pounds? You look amazing. Thank you. Oh man, it's definitely the hardest to lose. Now for me, I set a goal, and that goal was 70 pounds. Because in my head, if I could get to this number, right, then I would be at whatever was my ideal weight. But then when I got there, I felt comfortable because I was at the number, but then I was still uncomfortable because my body didn't look like what I'd expected it to look like, right? And so for a while there, I was kind of just stuck in that, being happy with the number. I took a long time off from trying to lose, and I maintained weight for a long time. And the way that I got to lose that last 30 pounds and get to 100 was that I got focused, and I had a new goal, and I had a new body image in mind of what my body wanted to look like. I was also focused on losing body fat. So what helped me to lose the last 30 pounds was setting new goals, completely revamping what I was doing, my program, adding in more weight training, being very, very diligent about tracking my food and macros, and all of those things combined helped me to lose the last 30 pounds to get to my 100-pound goal. All right, the next question says, is it possible to lose weight and still consume alcohol at a high rate? If you follow me on Snapchat, never mind. You know what? Just follow me on Snapchat, okay? And follow at your own risk and do not judge. I do still drink alcohol. I have, you know, continued to drink alcohol throughout my journey. I have not completely cut it out, but I do not drink excessively. And that's something that has changed because I definitely did drink a lot in the beginning, and that's something that stopped me, I think, from losing the weight. Not necessarily the alcohol itself, although that can be a source of a huge amount of calories, but it's the effects of the alcohol, right? So you go out, you drink, you get so incredibly drunk, and then the next thing that you want to do is eat whatever you can find, and generally at that time of night it's going to be McDonald's or some fast food or whatever is open, and you don't think about macros or calories or goals because you're completely out of your mind, you know. So that is the problem with drinking excessively. For me now, I rarely ever drink throughout the week. In fact, my friends hate that, especially my best friend. She's like, please come to happy hour with me, and I'm like, I don't know, but maybe I can see you on Saturday, you know. So I try not to really drink much throughout the week. I try to save that for the weekends, and that's something that has helped me. I also do not drink mixed drinks. Mixed drinks like margaritas especially can have so many calories, and again, this is all because of the mixers. These things are mixed with a ton of syrup and soda and stuff like that, and that's what's adding your calories. So I try to stick to shots, or I drink like whiskey on the rocks. I'm a whiskey girl. So I'll drink that, and just to feel included, I might, like, you know, actually, like I said, get my shot on the rocks, so that way I'm like kind of sipping with everybody, even though I don't have a cocktail. All right, the next question comes from Dodo Official, I think. And she says, how did you deal with lack of motivation? I lost some of my motivation, but I have a feeling that changing my diet would help me. Maybe I'm just bored of the same 5 meals I eat in the last 10 months. What do you think about that? Guys, I do have a video all about motivation. I will link it right up here for you guys to check out, and also in the description box. But I want to answer the specific part where she asked about meals for the last 10 months and being bored. I don't know if I'm just very different from everybody else, or I think that I'm just in a different mindset, in the sense that I don't get bored with my meals. I could literally eat the same thing Monday through Friday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day for the rest of my life and be fine, okay? As long as I have my little weekend outlet to kind of mix it up and have different things, I am totally fine with eating the same thing. What I do generally do, like, I probably have 3 standard, let's say, breakfast meals that I generally have, right? It might be like egg whites, egg white omelet with salsa and low-fat cheese and Greek yogurt instead of sour cream, for example. Okay, another staple I might have is like oatmeal with fruit and maybe just scrambled egg whites on the side. And then something else I might have is like wheat toast with light butter and turkey bacon or something like that with a Greek yogurt. Okay, those are 3 different forms of breakfast. So let's say for like 3 weeks or so, I might just seriously stick to that egg white omelet for breakfast every day of the week for 3 weeks, and then I'm out of that kick, and then I go to my next kick. But I don't have like this huge variety of like different types of breakfast or lunch or anything like that I have. I just think about the fact that I'm doing this because I have a goal, because I want to be healthy, and it just doesn't bother me. As long as I'm eating, I wake up and I get to eat, then I'm good with that. So I think that a part of that is kind of changing your mindset, to remember that you are eating for the goal. All right, the next question is from Mixed Madness. Hey girl, she shows so much love on Instagram, so what's up? She says, sorry if I'm too late to submit, but what's the best way to tackle your family who are big eaters and obsessed with food and try to make you eat more or instigate that I'm getting too skinny? Oh my gosh. There are two videos I want to direct you guys to for this one. One is my video about losing weight in the workplace. So basically when you have these coworkers who are trying to sabotage you, check that out up here. And then also lose weight, lose friends. Check that video out too. I do feel like I kind of addressed this question earlier, so I would say refer to that first answer that I gave you all about family and living with someone and partners and all that. But otherwise, definitely check out those videos up here or in the description. All right, Miss Glam _44, hey boo. She says, what do you use or do when you are low on energy or really fatigued to make sure you get your workout in? Thoughts on pre-workouts, and if you use them, which ones do you suggest? I do not use pre-workouts at all. What I do if I'm low on energy is I drink coffee. If you follow my Snapchat, you see me at Starbucks all the time. I do not drink high-calorie lattes and fraps. I drink black coffee. Generally, I get an Americano, which is just coffee with espresso. And then also I will sometimes get a skinny cinnamon dulce latte. And then there's also another drink. Oh, well, it's not really in season anymore, but the skinny peppermint mocha was also another one that I would get. I definitely am not a fan of drinking my calories, but when I do need that extra boost, generally it's the Americano for sure. Ms. Glam asked another question, and it's how long before you really start to see the muscle definition all over your body, arms, legs, back, etc. I do a lot of HIIT workouts and been going for about 5 months strong, but I feel like the muscle definition is coming, but ever so slowly, especially in my arms, which seem to hold a lot of fat. I remember the exact moment that I saw muscle definition in my body, period. It stuck with me so much. I was in body pump and I was going down, and it sucks because I'm all covered up today, but I was going down to do a push-up and I just started to see the cuts in my arms and in my shoulders, and I was just like, whoa. I didn't have a goal at that time to be like muscular, or I wasn't even thinking about developing muscle or even trying to be toned. I was just trying to lose weight. So I never thought about visible muscle, but that's what sparked me wanting to see that. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, I want to have this. How far into my journey was that? Ooh, maybe 9 months or so, that might have been. I could be so off. I'm not too sure. I want to say maybe about anywhere between 9 months and a year. It was definitely later in the journey, but I definitely had a lot of weight to lose. I will say you're not going to see that muscle definition until you lose the fat that is over it. Don't be discouraged by the fact that if you're, lifting weights and building muscle and you're not starting to see those cuts, do not be discouraged. Just know that all of it is working underneath there, but you got to shred that fat as well. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys are doing as your New Year's resolutions. I'm wishing you guys the best on those. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media, and I will see you guys back, I guess, for part 3 of this video, since I cannot seem to get through all these questions. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye.